Hello, I'm Death. Yeah, that Death.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Suddenly you kissed my wife. Baby, my heart's on fire.
Today we are reviewing a Transformers figure from the thrilling 30s line. I remember it well when the Transformers first came out. Many are the toy lines that have fallen to me over the course of years, but the Transformers have eluded me. Kudos to you, Transformers. Kudos. This mold is based on the Deluxe Armada Starscream mold, but it has been retooled so that it looks like an entirely new figure, which is to say that it looks new if you squint really hard while you're looking at it. And its name is Jhiaxus. Well, I know, but that's how it's spelled. The good Thrilling 30 figures like RC and Windblade were extremely hard to find in stores, leaving you pretty much at the mercy of the Amazon scalpers. Dang scalpers. Whereas the crummy ones like Nightbeat were so common that you couldn't swing a dead cat over your head without hitting a ton of them. And I'm Death, so I have access to plenty of dead cats. I know what I'm talking about. The packaging is fairly standard, though I'm not sure why some of you insist on knowing what the packaging looks like, because most of you are just going to wad it up and throw it in the trash anyway. And here is Jhiaxus out of package in his jet mode. As you see, it is a futuristic fighter jet with two turbines mounted on the top. The turbines are actually friction-firing missiles. To fire the missiles, you push onto the back of the turbine like so. I have held the missile in so that you won't have to see the indignity of Death running after the missile to reload it. To mount it back into the turbine, simply reinsert it and push back until you hear the click. The figure comes with two plastic gun accessories, which can be mounted under each wing. Like with most Transformers Deluxes, the figure doesn't do much in vehicle mode. It has no gimmicks to speak of, although it does look pretty cool, which is the whole point. I am not sure why they picked orange for the color scheme, unless the other Seeker jets have the other colors locked down as part of their gimmick. Blue for Thundercracker, black for Skywarp, etc., etc. The figure in jet mode holds together fairly well, with no loose flappy bits except for the spring mechanism at the back. It is loose and floppy and will rattle if you shake it. If you flip the jet over, you will notice that the robot kibble is fairly well hidden. The legs are a little bit chunky, but the only thing that really sticks out are that the arms are sort of hanging off of the side. This jet does a much better job of hiding the kibble than some Transformers, but not as good as others. To transform to jet mode, first start by putting up the landing gear at both the front and the back. Unpeg the arms from the nacelles. This will allow you to unhook the legs, which can be pulled apart like so. The legs, of course, have these serrated teeth by which you can know how you have put them together properly. Flip out the legs, like so, and turn them so that the black fins are pointed forward like kneecaps. Flip out the heel spurs, like so, and the legs are fairly well completed. Rotate the upper arms, like so. This will allow you to rotate the upper body thusly. You see this small orange piece here? This will become one of the support units later on for the torso. Flip it down, and then complete pushing this down so that it is flush with the gray strut behind it. Rotating the upper body down also triggers the dramatic head reveal. To complete the torso, rotate the nose cone down until it tucks under the cockpit. Then rotate the cockpit down, and it will push snugly into the chest cavity to fill in that ugly hole that they left when they packaged the figure. Though maybe they left his chest empty to show that Jhiaxus doesn't have a heart. After you have done this, simply rotate the arms so that they are facing down, and then flip out the hands like so. The turbines will rotate forward and peg into these two slots, so that the figure can more closely resemble its Armada Starscream counterpart. And this is Jhiaxus in his robot mode. You can rotate the wings any way that you like. They are mounted on a pivot, which allows you to place them in any display configuration that suits your fancy. If you don't like the fact that his missile launchers are sticking out of the back like that, you may remount them so that they are pointing down instead of up. In robot mode, he has a fair degree of posability. He has thigh swivels, bends at the knee, and his feet will pivot backwards and forwards as part of his transformation. His arms can rotate in and out. There is a bicep swivel, an elbow joint, and a wrist tilt, which is also part of the transformation. The head will rotate, but you have to apply a little bit of muscle to it. It can also tilt slightly up and down if you don't mind the fact that you're tilting the entire neck unit with it. Since Jhiaxus comes with 2 pistol accessories, you can mount one in each hand and have him do some of those cool Neo Matrix Akimbo pistol stunts like from the movie. Ah, look out, Agent Smith, I'm coming for you! Ba-dow, 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 pew, pew, pew. For size comparison, here is Jhiaxus next to his wavemate Megatron. Here he is next to Generations RC. Here he is next to Combiner Wars Deluxe Class Rook. And here he is next to a jar of peaches. To summarize, I was pleasantly surprised by how good this figure is. Hasbro has pared back on the level of complexity, but packed a surprisingly clever amount of engineering into the simpler figure that is left. He looks good as a robot or a plane, and holds up very well under normal play. While not as complicated as Pterodive or Galvatron, they compensate by making the figure fun to play with, and very posable. Those who collect Seeker Jets will appreciate this remold for what it is. I give Jhiaxus 7 deaths up. Now I'm going to research and try to find out why they gave Jhiaxus a sculpted scuba head when he's a robot who doesn't need to breathe.
If you refuse me, honey, you lose me, then you'll be left alone. Oh, baby, tell them all, and tell me I'm your own.